Once University Beach was constructed, we immediately developed a monitoring program so that we could ensure the success and the long-term success of this beach. And this came to the attention of the TGLO, and they wanted to integrate this type of monitoring into their program. So we developed monitoring that was based on what we had learned at University Beach for all of the Gulf and Bay beaches all along the Texas coast. The data that's collected annually at these beaches is compiled by the Conrad Blucher Institute, and then a guidance report is provided to the Texas General Land Office that they utilize to then manage the beaches along the Texas coast. And the management can include providing restored sand resources to rebuild the beaches, construction of structures that are recommended, looking for funding through organizations such as FEMA, who require a monitoring program before they will award funds. And so the monitoring of the beaches is very critical to the mission of the Texas General Land Office, which is to preserve and maintain and restore the beaches along the Texas coast. The reason why the beach is monitored annually is to determine how rapidly the beach is eroding. All of the beaches in the KEPR program have a design width and then something called an action width. Once the beach reaches the action width, which is half the design width at each one of the beaches, then it triggers a nourishment process. At University Beach, the beach width, the design beach width is 150 feet. The action width, when we need to take action to restore the beach, is 75 feet. So annually, we measure the berm width, which is the width from the toe of the dune out to the mean high water line, and then we determine how it's changed, and we calculate a rate of change. This information is given to the Texas General Land Office, and then they will determine when they will initiate renourishment efforts. By conducting these surveys, we, especially the one here at University Beach, we ensure that the beach will be cared for its entire lifespan, which really is basically perpetually by the TGLO. One of the unique things at University Beach is because it is so captured within a cellular design because of the structures, the sand tends to move alongshore back and forth and offshore. And so because of that, we have a little bit of a unique situation at University Beach, and it has not reached the critical trigger width in 23 and a half years, which is highly unusual. Most of the beaches that we study along the Texas coast require nourishment frequently, as in less than 10 years, some annually, some biannually. So the reason for our surveys is to determine how fast the beach is eroding, when the beach will need to be renourished, so that the TGLO can make plans for accommodating the funding for that kind of maintenance. Another unique quality of University Beach is that it serves about 6 months out of the year as a nesting site for protected birds, shorebird species. And this wasn't something we anticipated. It wasn't a component that was designed into University Beach. But what it is something that developed over time. The beach was built in 2001, and by about 2012, we started seeing birds nesting on the far west end toward downtown. And the way that we found the birds was actually, my son was quite young at that time, and we came down just walking on the beach, and all of a sudden we had birds flying all over above our head, and I immediately knew we both just stopped because you can't see the bird nests on a beach. It's very difficult to see them. So we immediately kind of backtracked up up the hill, and I went home and I called David Newstead with the Audubon Society and immediately brought in the bird experts, because although I'm a sand expert, birding is just something that I enjoy for fun. So I brought in the bird experts, and we put together a plan of how to protect these shorebirds when they're nesting, because it is so hard to see them. When we noticed the birds, it was actually the weekend coming up on 4th of July. And if we hadn't have initiated our bird protection mode, there could have been quite a few casualties, because people come to this beach to watch fireworks during the 4th of July. So every year, we typically involve students in the activity, and we fence off a section of University Beach to protect the birds, and we work along with the Coastal Bend Bays and Estuaries program to help to facilitate the protection of shorebirds at University Beach. And this is the only beach that I know of that has this type of a program that is actively protecting shorebirds while also still hosting human beings on one end of the beach. So it's very unique quality of this beach that we're trying to work through the challenges of a beach, a natural environment that is in such close proximity to anthropogenic activity. We have a highway and we have a university and students, and it's a unique opportunity to manage those clashing worlds proactively.